Breezy Valley. Today we're getting set up we're going to use the B to groom the yard, the driveway, after another winter of abuse on it. But I'm gonna take this time to kind of explain a few things about the B. Just to people that are curious, like we built this small crane for it, capable of about 500 pounds, has an electric winch that does what I intended it to do really well. Oh, and I gotta point out, look at this nice new seat I got. My evil assistant made this for me last winter out of scrap that was laying around. Man, that's really nice. It's just a simple drag that's made out of scrap. Been using it now for almost 30 years. It works. And once again, these rims and tires are about wore out, but it's a $500 tractor. And back to that, I had a question on this starter, the way it's mounted here. It's nothing more than some flat plate. Can you get up here and get once again, the tractor's worth $500 and the starter went out on it, and that's about $400. But this is nothing but a piece of 1/2 inch plate, like about 8.5 inches by 6, with another piece of 1/2 inch. You could see I just torched it out. I was going to always do a better job when I got time, but well, it's still there. But it's nothing more than a $25 Chrysler starter, and it fits in here real well, and it does what I need it to do. It starts it. You're not going to win any tractor beauty contest. I wouldn't say do this if you think your tractor's worth something, but this tractor has seen it better days, and I keep her going like this. And it has I've switched it to propane. It did run on gas very poorly. The carburetor, once again, I believe it's the acceleration well, had a crack in it, and it ran rich regardless. And once again, a carburetor for this thing costs about $500, and it's a $500 tractor. So I put it on propane. The exhaust manifold was cracked. I got headers on it now, and fabricated my own intake. Of course, it works fine for me. It's probably about 16 inches long. I figure if a 413 could run with 30-inch runners, why not a B on 16-inch runners? The mixer. Oh, another little gadget on here. I'll have to step in here a second. Back to, this is the throttle on the B. This would have been shutter controls when the tractor was a real tractor. Now it controls the fuel rate. That's full rich, here's full lean. I get to relive some kind of childhood dream of being able to control the amount of fuel you deliver. Dry element air filter. Here's the vaporizer. This is probably the biggest. This I bought new. The original one that came with this mixer and the filter came off an old 354 that probably was put on sometime in the 60s. The diaphragm finally went bad, and so this costed me about $300. But I figure if I don't use it on here, I'll use it on something else. This tractor didn't have a water pump. Does not have a water pump. So in order to circulate warm water through the vaporizer, all this is a little gas pump that pumps coolant takes it off the top, pumps it back into the bottom of the block. And here, got a GM alternator on it that works real well. As you know, it's on propane. And here's another thing here's a spark plug adapter. This adapts the old 7/8 plug to a more modern 3/4 inch. This adapter, I believe, was made for some like L-head Harley Davidson, but it works in here just fine. And now I can run. It's easier to find different heat range plugs in the more common size. And here's something that happened, it wasn't planned. It's got a small block Chrysler distributor in this. Of course, this is 2-cylinder, this is 8. So we're only using, well, this thing thinks it's a 4-cylinder. If you look into here, it's hard to see past the silicone I have holding the jumper wire that jumps from one terminal to the next, so that this thing fires twice per power stroke. Right now the timing at full RPM, which is about 1200 RPM, this thing's running at 34 degrees before top dead center. So then again, the second fire is sometime, whatever the heck, 34 minus 45, probably 11 or some degrees after top dead center. Does it help anything? Probably not, but I could do it. And there's another little thing I'll show you. Well, being that it thinks it's a 4-cylinder, so I'm running a 4-cylinder 3-ohm coil instead of the 2-cylinders, like I think they want a 1.5 ohm or something, but it works real well on here. And as you can see, it's got electronic ignition, but I'll have to open this up and show you a little secret. Now, you can see this is a Chrysler electronic control unit, but what it's really using is a GM control module. It's a GM module installed into the Chrysler unit because, well, back when I was a kid in the 70s, you could get these things from gas stations. Now, no one carries them. You got to order them. And this is like an $80 unit. It's nothing more than a slant 6s or a 3/18 control unit. There's nothing special about it at all, other than it costs about $80. This GM module costs $12. It does the same damn thing. You can follow the wiring over to the terminals. Like if this were to fail, I could simply put a Chrysler ECU on it. But once again, I do it because, well, I can. And this technology, people have been doing this for 20 years. You can go on YouTube and find videos of guys, but I don't know if anybody's ever hit it right back into the box that looks like it's still a Chrysler thing. You don't want to give those GM guys too much credit. And I guess I'll put this back together and we'll do a short video of the bee dressing up the yard.